This is No Sleep. TL Sports Talk. Josh Berman, Sam Fetterman here, filling in for Michael, but it is now officially time here to unveil the next official NFL award predictions. This is the stuff you can hold us to. By the way, this just got here. Mo Strong t-shirt. Just got here. I'm excited about that. Sam, what's up?
That's a shirt you definitely need to be keeping.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. It's crazy comfortable, by the way. I'm going to be wearing this all the time. This is genuinely so comfortable.
Dude, this thing, I've been wearing it all freaking day. I love it.
All right, let's get into this now. For those unaware, Michael will be off for the next 2 weeks. So what I'm going to be doing, similar to the way when Michael was on vacation about a month or two ago, is I'm pretty much going to be having filtering in guests pretty much every single time I do something. That will mean that we are going to be losing our NHL coverage for a little while, but when Michael comes back, that will return. But you can catch that NHL coverage on Sam's channel. So,
oh yeah, shitloads of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. How many hours a day do you say you go live? Sometimes, like when you go for NHL?
I've done 12 multiple times.
Woo! Yeah, definitely
I did 6 today.
That's pretty impressive.
I know. It's just Jack Morgan, Golden Hour, and we're calling the games. I mean, I took the first game, he took the second game, but we're doing it together, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's a mixture between we're calling the games and we're watching the games.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, and
I've popped in every once in a while. It's like a ton of fun.
What did you say?
Popped in a couple times. It's a ton of fun.
Yeah, I agree. See, this is what the. Gotta go.
Yeah. All right. Let's get right into this. So here's how it's gonna work. Again, since Michael is not. You there? But I don't really know what just happened there, but.
Dad,
Sam.
Dad, we all to settle our fast food debate. Dad, to settle our
I'm
fast
gonna
food
mute him for a second. And he's gone. Okay, well, we'll see if he returns. But yeah, so here's what's gonna work. I'm gonna give him my official award predictions, and then I'll tell you guys what Michael thinks. But we're gonna be honest here. We're gonna focus a little bit more on mine because Michael's not really here to defend it. But yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna wait a solid 5 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so if Sam comes back, I'll catch him up. All right, first award we're going to get into is Comeback Player of the Year. Now, first of all, we have my actual pick and the pick I would give it to here. That's not the case for all these awards. It's just like, for me, okay, he's not going to win it because he's not going to play. But for me, I personally, if I had a vote for this, my vote would go to a guy who was just today cleared, a few hours ago, actually, officially cleared to return to football activity, and that is Alex Smith, who huge shout out, Alex Smith, for being able to come back from that. But that is not my pick to win the award, but if I had to vote, that's who I would vote for. That's for sure. Now, my actual award pick for Comeback Player of the Year might surprise you due to the whole Ravens fan thing and all, but my Comeback Player of the Year winner is actually Ben Roethlisberger for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I have him taking home Comeback Player of the Year. The reasoning behind it, I just think I have the Steelers sneaking into the playoffs 9-7. I think he's going to come back. He's going to have a great year. Obviously, he missed pretty much all of last season due to injury. And yeah, I think he's going to return to not necessarily his former self, but I think he's going to be able to return to a good enough self to get them into the playoffs and a good enough self to win this award. So yeah, Phillip Rivers, believe it or not, is Michael's pick to win Comeback Player of the Year, 2004 draft class. You guys know on the show, Michael loves Phillip Rivers for God knows why. I think this is a horrible pick. I don't think there's any chance of this happening whatsoever. But Phillip Rivers is who Michael has winning Comeback Player of the Year. And Michael not being here, part of the disadvantage of that, obviously, not only does he have to give his reasoning behind it, he also cannot defend himself when I absolutely destroy this for being an absolutely horrible pick. And I really don't really know what else to say. I don't think I can't really defend his pick, honestly. I think for those of you that are at home thinking this is a stupid pick, I'm right there with you. So, sorry, Michael, but I cannot defend that pick at all. Not at all. All right, let's move on here to our next award. And it is the Rookie of the Year's. First off is Offensive Rookie of the Year. And, well, you followed us during draft time. You know that I am a huge fan of this guy. And if you, not in draft time, but if you've been following the show at all, you know I'm a huge fan of his team and what they're going to be doing this year. So I think for me, it was a very easy choice. It's been my choice for a while now. I'm going Justin Herbert for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think that this is going to be his thing. He's not going to start week one. Tyrod Taylor's week one starter. I think the Chargers are off to a little bit of a slower start and drop a game or two that they should win. And then Herbert comes in and he plays well enough to get the Chargers into the playoffs. He plays well enough to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. And I think the LA Chargers will be in the playoffs. And yeah, so Justin Herbert, my Offensive Rookie of the Year pick. Michael's pick, he's going the other guy here, the guy that he really likes and the team that he really likes. Tua Tagovailoa takes Offensive Rookie of the Year for Michael. He's a guy that I don't think should play at all this year. I don't think it's a horrible pick if he plays, but I don't think he should play at all this year. I don't think he'll – and also I'm not entirely sold on him being able to stay healthy. So for that reason, I don't agree. But, hey, it's Michael's pick, and unlike Philip Rivers, I can't completely destroy it, but I can say that I definitely disagree with that. But fans of the show should not be surprised by my pick. Fans of the show should not be surprised by Michael's pick there for Tua or Herbert for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Now, Defensive Rookie of the Year is the only award that me and Michael both agree on. And to me, this is only the second player I've ever evaluated during the draft that I said the words Hall of Fame potential about. The only other player I've ever said that about was Saquon Barkley coming out of college. Other than that, I've never said that about a player coming out. Chase Young's the second player that I've said that about. Me and Michael both agree. It's the only award we have the same winner on. Chase Young taking home Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's fairly obvious for a prediction. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to win it. No, but I think if he's as good as we both think he's going to be, I think I'd be very surprised if he doesn't either win it or come very close to winning it. A great, great player, and automatically has become one of the best players on the entire Washington football team roster. Like, automatically. So, yeah, Chase Young, both of our Defensive Rookie of the Year picks. I agree with Michael here. Easy choice. All right. We move on here to our next award, and it is the Coach of the Year. Now, this is one where I don't agree with Michael in terms I don't think he's a great coach. However, I'll put it this way. If the team does as well as Michael is predicting them to and making it to the divisional round of the playoffs, Vic Fangio of the Denver Broncos would be a great pick for Coach of the Year, and I think he would win Coach of the Year. And if Denver does as well as Michael's predicting, he will win Coach of the Year. Unfortunately, I don't think they will do well enough, and I do not think he will win Coach of the Year. Now, here is my pick here, and if you watched our playoff predictions, you guys know that I had his team making it a little bit further than you would expect. That is to say the least. And that is, oh, you're here. Hi, Michael. But to say the least, my Coach of the Year is Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills. I haven't gone to the AFC title game. This is a regular season award. I have them winning the AFC East 11-5. I think they're going to take that step up, and I predict that we will see Sean McDermott taking home Coach of the Year. All right, let's move on here to our next award, and it is Offensive Player of the Year. Now, Michael's pick is a guy who I have winning another award, but it's not Offensive Player of the Year. It's a different one. You guys can guess which one it is. It's Russell Wilson, Michael's Offensive Player of the Year pick. I think this is a very good pick. I think it's very nearly the player I chose to win this, so I definitely think it's a good pick. But yeah, I definitely think that's a good pick, Russell Wilson. By the way, Michael, I don't know how much you've seen, so I'll just tell you, go through my other award predictions. Herbert's my offensive rookie of the year. You have Tua. Obviously, you know that. Comeback player of the year, you had Rivers. I had Ben Roethlisberger. And then that's it, because you saw the other two. Okay. All right, so Russell Wilson, this is a good pick, Michael. I'm not going to hate on this at all. My pick is a guy that very nearly won it last year. I think he's going to be, if it's possible, even better this season in Carolina. I got Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey taking home Offensive Player of the Year this year. He's the best, clear-cut best running back in the NFL, and I think that is my pick, and I think he very, very nearly won it last year, and I'm giving it to him this year. My Offensive Player of the Year, Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey. The only reason why I have the Panthers getting to 5 wins, let alone any more than like 3. All right, let's move on here to the next award. It is the Defensive Player of the Year award. And Michael picked to win this award. Actually, forgot. Oh, how can I forget? This might be his worst. Actually, sorry, his second worst, because there is the award following this is the worst pick he made. But the second worst award prediction that he made, I cannot sit here and defend this. In fact, I will say that it is a horrible, horrible choice. But Michael's Defensive Player of the Year pick is Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah. I mean, this is, as I just said, this is a horrible choice. I mean, he has no chance of winning this whatsoever. He has him taking another thing here. Is after this, we are going to be unveiling who we think we're going to be leading in all the major statistical categories this season. And yeah, the fact that Michael really, really thinks that Chris Jones is winning Defensive Player of the Year is absolutely insane. As Sam is now back, but he's muted, and now he's gone. Okay. That was an easy choice? It's a horrible choice. I mean, that's really, really bad. All right. Anyway, let's move on here. Oh, no, it's not, because I have to give my award prediction. And this is a guy that I've been saying for a while now, if he didn't get suspended, would have won it last year. And I think he is on pace to take it, and he's gonna have a monster season this year. Ready for this? Give me Myles Garrett for Defensive Player of the Year. I think he really comes back from suspension. He reminds everyone just how good he is. He takes home Defensive Player of the Year, and if he does what I think he's going to do this year, it's not even going to be close. And you'll see why I'm saying that a little bit later on, because I have him having an unbelievably good season, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about a little bit later on. But yeah, Myles Garrett, Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, it is now time for the big one. The most valuable player in the NFL this season. Start off here with Michael's pick. And if you watch the next at all, you already know who this is, and this should not surprise you. That being said, if you do not watch the next, and you have no idea what he's going to pick, get ready to be absolutely shell-shocked. You ready? Can't make this up. Michael's MVP pick, he's been saying it for a while now, is Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos. Once again, I will not sit here and defend him. In fact, I will say it is the single worst prediction Michael has ever made on this show. It is also the most confident award prediction Michael has ever made on the show, as he has consistently talked about how good he would be. And if you want to hear why Michael thinks this, you can go on and watch pretty much any of our shows over the last couple months, and why Michael believes that Drew Lock is going to win MVP, because I truly don't know, no matter how many times I've heard him say it. My MVP pick this year, and now we move on to a much better prediction here, my MVP pick. But before we get into that, let's take a little bit of a reminder here for the people that don't remember or don't know. Of course, before I joined the Next, I did a podcast. It was called The Other Berman Show, and let's take a little bit of a look back onto my award prediction last season for MVP. You can't, once again, you can't make this up. But this was my prediction. I got to stick to it. Well, last year.
2019 NFL Most Valuable Player will be Andrew Luck.
Yep, I really said it. He retired a week later. He did. He retired literally a week later. This year, I literally can't give a worse prediction if I tried. However, I'm actually very confident in this pick. This is a guy who has never had an MVP vote in his career. And I think this year he's going to not only get an MVP vote, he's going to win the whole thing. The 2020 NFL Most Valuable Player will be Russell Wilson, quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks. And I do apologize to all Seahawks fans when Russell Wilson abruptly announces his retirement next week. But yeah, Russell Wilson's my MVP pick this year. Fingers crossed he doesn't retire. All right, that'll do it for our award predictions again. Now let's give quick run through here before we move on to our stats leaders predictions. But Michael's coach of the year is Vic Fangio. Mine is Sean McDermott. Comeback player of the year, Michael's is Phillip Rivers. Mine's Ben Roethlisberger. Offensive rookie of the year offensive rookie of the year is Justin Herbert. Michael's Tua Tagovailoa. Defensive rookie of the year, we both have Chase Young. Offensive player of the year, Michael has Russell Wilson. I have Christian McCaffrey. Defensive player of the year, Michael has Chris Jones. I have Myles Garrett. And most valuable player, Michael has Drew Lock. I have Russell Wilson. All right. There you go. That's our official award predictions. Now we move on to part number 2 of this broadcast, and it is our NFL 2020 official statistical leader predictions. Now, we'll be giving you our official picks for passing yards, passing touchdowns, rushing touchdowns, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, sacks, and interceptions. Now, yeah, here we go. Let's get into the first stat, and it is passing yards. My pick to lead the NFL in passing yards this season is none other than the best quarterback in the NFL, the undisputed best quarterback in the NFL. And that is none other than Patrick Mahomes II. Yes, he will lead the league in passing yards this year. When you have Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, and company, and now Clyde Edwards-Helaire in your backfield. I mean, you got plenty of guys to pass the ball to, and Mecole Hardman and Demarcus Robinson. I mean, come on. That's a pretty safe pick. So, if I'm wrong, he'll be in the top 5. Almost guarantee you that. Michael's prediction to lead the league in passing yards is Drew Lock of the Denver Broncos. Yeah, it is. It's actually Drew Lock. Not only does he think he's going to win MVP, he thinks he's leading the league in passing yards, too. And defend it. Won't try to. All right. Next award prediction. Not award prediction. Next stat prediction. Passing touchdowns. My prediction to lead the league in passing touchdowns this season is the guy I have winning MVP. And that is Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks. Top 3 quarterback in the NFL. No question about that. Arguably top 2. In fact, the player that I believe is slightly better than Russell Wilson is the guy that Michael has leading passing touchdowns. And that is my quarterback, his quarterback, hopefully your quarterback, Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. Me and Michael both agree. Super Bowl MVP this year. Big trust. I had to throw a big trust in there. I haven't said big trust in a long time. Like, I don't think I've said big trust since February. So I just felt like I wanted to say it. So there you go. Big trust. Say it again. Anyway, Michael's Lamar Jackson leading the league in passing touchdowns. I have Russell Wilson. All right, next up here is the rushing champion, the leader in rushing yards this season. Michael predicts. I actually don't remember. It's interesting. Nick Chubb. Yeah, I definitely don't agree here. I mean, first of all, you got to remember the fact that he has Kareem Hunt in his own backfield, who's going to take away rushing yards from him. You have the fact that, I just don't. I don't think it's a horrible pick, but it's a decent pick. I just don't agree. I mean, he very nearly did it last year, but no, I don't see that happening. But it's not a horrible choice, but yeah, definitely not a great one. My pick is a guy that got injured last season, and I think is ready to have a pretty good season, a really good bounce back season. He really killed it at the end of last year when he was fully healthy, especially again, came against the Redskins. Yeah, my rushing champion this year is none other than Saquon Barkley of the New York Football Giants. I expect a bounce back season from him. I think he's going to lead the league in rushing this year. And I think fantasy football owners, go get him. He's going to be good. He's going to be real good. All right. Next up, rushing touchdowns. This is another horrible pick by Michael. Like, really, really bad. Michael thinks it's going to be Alvin Kamara of the New Orleans Saints. Once again, I think this is a very bad pick. I just can't. I mean, I think he's going to have a bounce back year. Don't get me wrong. I do. I think he is going to have a really good bounce back season for him, but lead the league in rushing touchdowns? I don't think so. I mean, he did do it, 2 years ago? 3 years ago? He was close. Either he was close or he did. So I'm not saying it's actually, I am saying it's completely off the pick because I do think it is. But, no, he's not going to lead legally in rushing touchdowns. He's not. I'm sorry. All right. Next up here, my league leader in rushing touchdowns is the guy I have winning Offensive Player of the Year this year, Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey of the Carolina Panthers. I mean, once again, it's a pretty safe bet that he's going to be close to it, let alone. So I felt like it was an easy choice to get it, and it's definitely has a very small chance of backfiring in my face completely. But yeah, I have CMC leading the league in rushing touchdowns this year. All right. We move on here to receiving yards. And my league leader in receiving yards is none other than the same guy. Hold on, before I say it. Never mind. Oh, this is actually really surprising this happened. Mike, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but this is very surprising this worked out. The guy I have leading the league in receiving yards is DeAndre Hopkins, and the guy you have leading the league in receiving yards is Michael Thomas. How about that? Funny how that worked out. I have Ian Hopkins. You think it's going to be Michael Thomas. When I think Michael Thomas is the best receiver in the NFL, and you think it's Hopkins. So it's very funny how that worked out. But yeah, I have it being Hopkins. I think he's going to have a great year in Arizona. And yeah, I think it's a pretty safe bet. So yeah, Michael Thomas is a good pick. I almost picked him. Obviously, I think he's the best receiver in the league. In terms of catches, obviously, I'm good. We did not do catches predictions, but I think Michael Thomas will lead the league in catches once again this year. So yeah, that's a good pick for Michael. All right, moving on here to receiving touchdowns, and Michael has DeAndre Hopkins this time for leading the league in receiving touchdowns. But I'm going a little bit outside the box here. Ready? I'm about to shock some people. I'm going with Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens. I think Mark Andrews is going to lead the league in receiving touchdowns this year. I mean, people don't realize he came very close to doing it last year. He led all tight ends in receiving touchdowns last season. And Lamar Jackson's favorite target, I think he is definitely the second best offensive player on the Ravens. Actually, sorry, third best, because Ron is definitely second best. Third best. But I think he's in for an incredible season this year, and I think it's going to lead the league in receiving touchdowns. I really do. So give me Mark Andrews. All right, let's move on here to the next one. We have 2 more to get to before we wrap up here. It's a quick show. I'm going to post this onto YouTube as well. You can catch our official playoff predictions and our official award predictions and our official standings predictions all up on YouTube right now. Well, stats will be up. Well, it'll be up as soon as I'm streaming this. The next one is sacks. Michael's sacks leader is Chris Jones of the Kansas City Chiefs. Are you kidding me? I'm going to say that not only is this not going to happen, I'm going to say he's not even going to be in the top 10. All right. He will not even be in the top 10. I don't like this pick at all. I think he'll maybe have 10 sacks. Maybe. I think that's generous to say 10 sacks. I think 8.5, 9 is probably a better bet. So, yeah, Chris Jones, Michael sack leader. I'm going here with – now, this pick I'm going to make is not bold. But what I'm adding on to it is I believe that Myles Garrett will lead the league in sacks. But not only that. You ready? I believe Myles Garrett will break the single-season sacks record. I think Myles Garrett's going for 24 sacks this year to break the single-season record. The 22.5 mark set by Michael Strahan has been very, very close to being beat over the last few years. And it's first of all, it's only a matter of time before someone breaks it. I think that is the next major record to go down. As we saw Michael Thomas break the catches record last year, I think the next major record to go down single season is sacks. And I think Myles Garrett will be the one to do it this season. 24 sacks, breaking the record by a full sack and a half. Myles Garrett. Heard it here first. Hopefully that one doesn't blow up my face, but I do. I think he's going to break the single season sack record this year with 24. All right. We now move on here to the final stats prediction leader, and it is interceptions. Michael is going with Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey. Now, on paper, that's not a bad pick at all. No pun intended. Seriously, no pun intended at all. Just happened. Anyway. I lost train of thought. I'm back. Okay. ADHD. But Marlon Humphrey is a good pick on paper. But you got to remember he's a cornerback. And I almost never predict corners to lead in this category. It happens. It's not like it never happens. In fact, it happened last year. But, well, there was a 3-way tie for the lead, but a corner was one of them. But, actually, 2 of them. However, I think Marlon Humphrey is going to be a situation where quarterbacks just aren't going to throw it to him enough for him to take the league lead. I think he'll have a good amount. I think he'll probably be second or third. He'll have 4 or 5 picks. But I don't think he's going to do it enough, which is why I normally will lean more towards safeties leading the league in interceptions. And that is why I'm going to go with Chargers safety Derwin James to lead the league in interceptions this season. But yeah, I'm going Derwin James to take the interceptions crown this year. I think he's going to have a bounce back year. People forgot how good he is, and he is one of the players I'm very, very, very excited to see play for the LA Chargers this season. And there you go. All right. We're going to post this up on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching the next official 2020 NFL award predictions and statistical leader predictions. I'm Josh Berman. I will see you guys on Monday for the NBA playoffs. No the next tomorrow. There will be no streaming tomorrow, but I'll see you guys on Monday. Goodbye and go Ravens.